Preference. I would say, I guess Sea of Hope. I don't know what map that is. Atlantic is just far too open, too difficult to talk about. There's islands that get in the way in some places, and some places you wish there were islands that there are none. Yeah, Sherman, I agree. Hindenburg's a lot of fun. I hated the German cruiser line. I hated the grind. I hated the hipper. She finally clicked towards the very end. I hated the rune. Absolutely hated the rune. And then Hindenburg, well, you know, she's fun. Okay. Let's take off the Iron Bank of Zath. Clink. And here we go. We've got a tier 10 random battle. This is Sea of Fortune. And we've got a couple of familiar faces up here. Enemy team. Don't see anybody I recognize really. As we get into the battle. Alright, I'm already seeing premium consumables. Zath likey. I've taken so many screenshots of this ship. I need to think of a special way to do it. I'm gonna do a special angle that I haven't done in a while. We're gonna get a shot of the ship from right up here. And there's a little bit of texture pop in there, a little bit of tearing. Come on, there we go. Imagine if you were climbing up this ladder right here to get onto that anti-air gun, huh? That's kind of cool. Anyway, so what do we got on this beauty of a ship? Well, we've got 203mm guns with amazing HE penetration thanks to the 1/4 HE pen rule. These guns will penetrate 50mm of armor. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen, 50. The HE on this thing is atrocious, and it will work its way through everything. It's got decent secondaries, even. Sometimes we call it Battleship Hindenburg. The anti-air is really good on this ship. You can see our guy here, Mr. Okoda, has put defensive fire on, which is generally good for random battles, especially if you're afraid of carriers. Obviously, clan battles, you would be running Hydro. You've got a scout plane. Personally, I would run premium scout plane because I like to use this thing as a long-range boat. It's also got torpedoes. You got one launcher here, and then you got another launcher here, midships. So what that means is, if you get within 6 kilometers of this bad boy, you are in for world of hurt. Flags, you've got the repair party booster, which is a good one. You don't feel like blowing up today, which is good. And you've got the consumable reload one, so that's also very useful. Okay. You are going to the traditional C cap. Makes sense. Got a Z52 going for A, that's unfortunate. Now, looking at your range, I can tell that you are using the rate of fire module, which is definitely a choice. One of the cool things about this ship is that you can choose between rate of fire or range for your main battery. And you have to decide which one you prefer. Me, personally, I like to use range. Why? Because right now the Yamato's in range. Yes, you can pop your spotter plane. And those shots look like they are on target. Of course, Yamato slowing down is going to make things easy for you. But what I like about using the range module is that it just gives me so much more flexibility to kite away as necessary, that sort of thing. Also, you can hit the 3 key right now, the number 3 key, pop your torpedo, and it'll show you the lead indicator, and it will tell you if the Yamato is reversing, going forward, that sort of thing. That comes in very handy. You'll notice that you are... Oh, I'm going to stop for a second. You'll notice that it's taken you a long time before you got your first hit. One of the things that I recommend, especially if it's a long-range target, make a bigger jump back and forth. If you think this guy's going to start backing up, if you're hitting the bow, then you want to aim way past the stern. So right now, I'd be aiming here. Ugh, God, I got cat fur in my mouth. I'd be aiming back over here. Okay. Now, the next thing that's important, you priority target 2. You've got a Minotaur here that you can easily whack with AP for Citadel Joy. But more importantly, that 2 should tell you you've got at least one of these ships that's targeting you as a battleship. And you see these shots that just came out here? Guess where theirs are heading? Right for you. And oh wait, you're showing almost a full broadside. This is going to hurt. I'm gonna zoom out, and you got lucky. Oh boy, you got lucky. Edge case, no, this is not a very short replay. I purposely picked the largest file, and the size of the file kind of helps you get an idea of what to expect in terms of the length of the replay. Doesn't necessarily mean that he lives the whole time, but you know. Alright, so you've got a Minotaur that's shooting at you. This guy just disappeared. It might be a good idea to look back over to that Minotaur. Just fire some random shots in, that sort of thing. Now you've got that Frederick that you can start shooting. Oh god, somebody call Vartasian. We've got ourselves a scroller. You notice that the scout plane went down, and now you're left with nothing to shoot. This is in my opinion, and the cool thing about the Hindenburg is you can play it any way you want. In my personal opinion, this is why I like range. Right now, you could be shooting so many things. Instead, you're running into a guy who's pretty good. Lots of tunnel vision. The Hindenburg I like to think of the Hindenburg as an artillery ship, a long-range artillery ship that just happens to have torpedoes, just happens to have amazing AP capabilities, and just happens to have really good armor, all of which convince you to try to get closer. Why are you firing your defensive fire? Maybe you thought you had hydro. Rip. Anyway, all those things try to, you know, troll you by making you think that you could get closer. And honestly, I like Hindenburg at the long range. That's right, Chairman. That's what I'm saying. You know, anybody, you know, you can run the ship however you want. If you are going to run with DPM like this, and you're going to depend on the scout plane to be your, it's going to be painful. And you're going to be hold on, let's pause, moment of silence. Oh! Lucky again. Oof. Why aren't you shooting that Minotaur? No, he's behind that, okay. So if you're going to be depending on that, then you really want to be... Oh, Chapayev, broadside, come on, man, you got AP loaded. Chapayev. Chapayev. Too late. You want to run that mod in the first slot that gives you the extra time on the scout plane. That comes in really, really handy. Okay, well right now your only good shot is going to be that Frederick. And instead you're holding it for, I don't know what. Forget the Amato, look at the Frederick, look at the mini-map, dude. By the way, do you see how big my mini-map is? If your mini-map isn't like this, I would recommend you think about it. You can go into here and you can set the transparency so you can see through it, that sort of thing. But if your mini-map looks like that, it's going to be hard to notice things. Okay, get back to the action. You should have HE loaded now because the Frederick is turning away. For some odd reason, you are choosing to keep with the AP, and you really should be using HE now. Good, the Yamato's dead. Alright. Well, now you switch to HE. Good. You're looking towards your next target. North Carolina's gonna die. Oh my god, use the shift key. You can scroll if you want. Personally, I'm a fan of shift. You hit shift, it snaps in a target. You shift again, snaps out a target. To me, it's just much quicker. I scrolled once upon a time. Then I took an arrow in the knee. Hey Burn, you're welcome to set the minimap to however you want. The big thing is how you use it. If you're the kind of person who's not using much focus on the minimap at all, then you need a bigger minimap like this. If you're the kind of person that can look down here and see what's going on and all that, then fine. Do it. Or do that if you really want to. This would trigger me too, FYI. But, you know, for me, I like to keep it right about there. I'm not sure what you are looking to do here now. I'm thinking you want to go forward and kite away, but I don't know why you'd want to. You've got a Yamato that's over here, and he's probably... Okay, so he turned in. So here's your target. Not these guys. If you want to, go and kite away. Kite this way, point it to the southeast, and just shoot the crap out of the Yamato and laugh as he tries to hit you, and, you know, you bounce him and or dodge or whatever, and you do it at max range. AP isn't too bad of a choice. He is showing you a pretty decent side. 5,000 damage? I'll take that. Now, you have to be careful, because going the way that you're going, what you're doing is you're now exposing yourself. Oh, look, to shots from the right, just like I was about to say. You got two people targeting at you now, which obviously one of them is the Yamato, because look, you're charging him. Which, like I said, I disagree with. Somebody else is shooting you too. Yeah, too much AP. And you're also staying bow on. Yamato can sit you right through the bow, so you can't really just show bow on. What you want to do is kind of wiggle a little bit here and there. Alright, back to HE. Good. Now you're turning left, but you're aiming to the right. See how your rear guns are all the way around? You have to be careful with this, because now you're wasting a ton of time for those guns to come back around again. And now you just turn the other way. So now your poor rear turret operators are like, come on! As they turn all the way back around again. Alright, he's showing broadside again, so AP would work now. But it doesn't matter, he did. Oh, trigger. And yes, like SAT said, Yamato has really poor turret traverse, so with those guns pointed elsewhere at that Musashi, yeah, you can afford to turn like that and show all your guns. Once again, you are now broadsiding, this time the Frederick de Grossa. And you're showing, you're shooting the New Orleans, but you're shooting behind him, I think. And a little bit on target there. And New Orleans is slowing down. Okay, you're behind the... never mind. About to see another death. I'm gonna do an out-of-body experience here, and we're gonna catch a picture of him blowing up. This will be fun. We can do something like that. We can get the Yamato in as well. Look at those polygonal chunks. It's good stuff. Alright, here we go. Good, he DCP'd just in time to get shot at again and die. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Here come. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh. Oh, that's the Musashi over there. Okay. I see. And then that's the Yamato that's sinking. Got it. Are you seriously not going to die? Come on! Come on! This team! It is kind of cool, though, with the silhouettes. I do like the shot. Lag? Hey, our guy killed the New Orleans. He's detected, targeted. Kagero. Well, guys, this is what happens when I do replays. You think something's gonna happen and you don't, and then sigh. Oh wait. It might actually happen. Let's see. Oh, shots are coming in. Shots are coming in. Positions, everyone. Positions. Here we go. Oh. Ah. Come on, 138. Oh well. And beaching is fun. And that's all she wrote. He's gonna live. Sigh. Now's when you pop your catapult scout so you can see over the island and aim perfectly. Shoot her! Shoot her! I do want a death shot. Then again, I need one of your replays for that, Sea Bear. Adrenaline rush intensifies. You got spotted. Are you gonna get targeted? You are targeted. Please tell me he shoots you. He does! Okay. Come on. You can do it. Let's do this. Oh, there's an island there. There we go. Yes! Look at that. That's like man shot right there, right? Isn't that like good stuff there? Alright, let's see what happens. Show me dying Hindenburg. Trolled by the end of the game. Oh boy. Yeah, 65,000 damage is very low. Why is that? Because he spent an awful lot of the time maneuvering and trying to get into a position where he can have a shot. Whereas, like I said, if he had the range mod or whatever, he could put himself in a position to have more of those shots relatively easily. Okay, guys, other comments you would like to make, please do so. While you're doing that, I'm going to go get a drink of water. My throat's getting a little sore. Ugh. Okay, I'm back. So let's see. Poor positioning. Yep, clearly. Missed a huge chance to flank the 9-10 line with the Montana and Ognoy. That's a really good point. That would have been a very strong position. You've got allies there to